Kumusta mga ka-NFT? I'm your resident content creator dito sa NFTPinas. My name is Gab and welcome to another episode ng Axie Infinity Basics. Ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon ay what are Axies, ano ba yung mga stats, ano yung mga parts, classes, and card abilities na meron tayo. What are Axies? So Axies are fantasy creatures that players can battle, collect, and raise. So basically ito yung mga pets na nabibili natin or nabibreed natin through Axie Infinity game. And ito rin yung pinakamahalagang part ng ating gameplay kasi sila rin yung makakatulong sa atin para makapag-farm ng SLP. Each Axie may mga kanya-kanyang stats yan and it is comprised of 3 major attributes which are first yung base class. So, mamaya pag-usapan natin kung ano ba yung mga different types of class ng Axies. Next, yung mga body parts and yung mga card abilities niya. So, yung card abilities up to 22 ang nakatied up to each of the body parts. So, later on, madidiscuss din natin yan. So, basically, ito yung bumubuo sa isang Axie. So, each Axie, meron siyang 4 stats. So, first is yung health, which determines yung amount of damage na pwedeng matake ng Axie mo before siya ma-knockout. So basically, ito yung health points kung familiar kayo sa mga games. Next, yung speed. And ito naman yung nagde-determine ng turn order sa isang round, sa adventure or sa arena. Mas mabilis na Axie, mas mataas na speed, sila yung unang aatake sa round na yon. Next, yung skill. Ito naman yung nag-a-add ng damage kapag naglalaro kayo ng cards in a combo or yung paglalapag ng multiple cards during a turn. So later on sa battle system video natin, madidiscuss natin kung how all of these affect your gameplay. So be sure to follow us on our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Anyway, next, yung morale. So yung morale, ito yung nag-i-increase ng critical strike chance and yung chance na mag-last stand yung ating Axie. So yung critical strike, basically ang ginagawa nito is it doubles your damage sa cards na nilapag mo. So pag mas mataas na morale, mas mataas yung chance na mag-critical strike siya. For example, yung card ability mo na attack has 50 na damage and then nag-critical strike siya, so 50 times 2 is 100. So 100 yung possible critical strike damage niya for that turn. And yung last stand naman, ito yung kapag na-knockout yung Axie mo pero nag-activate yung last stand. So basically, ang mangyayari doon, magkakaroon pa siya ng parang time para mabuhay. And yung morale yung mag-determine kung gaano karaming ticks na tinatawag. Meaning, ilang card turns or card executions bago siya ma-fully knock out. So, ito yung example nun. So, tulad ng sabi ko kanina, each Axie belongs to a specific class. So may base class ang lahat ng Axies and it provides them with the base stats as seen here sa picture na to. Kapag ka aquatic ka, ito yung base stats na meron ka. Hindi pa tinetake into consideration dito yung body parts kasi yung body parts nag-a-add pa siya ng additional stats which later on madidiscuss din natin. Later on din, madidiscuss natin yung different types of classes kaya move na tayo sa next slide. So again, each body part adds additional stat points with a maximum of 4 stat points. Meaning, kapag yung, kunwari, meron kang aquatic na Axie, tapos nag-add ka ng aquatic na parts. Ang mangyayari doon, magpa-plus 1 sa HP and magpa-plus 3 sa speed. So, ganun mo titignan tong picture na to. So for example, nag-add ka naman sa aquatic mo ng beast na part for some reason. So mag-a-add ng plus 1 yun sa speed and plus 3 sa morale. Later on, i-discuss din natin yung mga body parts. Next is yung Axie Classes. So all Axies are divided into 3 groups. So may 3 groups tayo na meron sa Axie Infinity World. So first group is yung Beast, Bug, and Mech. Group 2 is yung Reptile, Plant, and Dusk. Group 3 is Aquatic, Bird, and Dawn. So yung naka-green na part dito, sila yung mga special / rare na Axie class. Pero basically, kaya sila rare kasi pag nag-breeding tayo ng, for example, ng beast and bug, may super liit na chance na makapag-create ka or magkaroon ka ng Axie na mech. For example, yung class niya. So, iba pa rin naman yung base stats niya kung papansinin mo. Pero, kumbaga, makukuha mo lang sila through breeding, which is another topic na pag-usapan din natin dito sa channel na to. So, each class is weak and strong against other classes. Kapag nagkakalculate tayo ng damage, ng attacking move, kino-compare siya dito sa parang diagram na to. Basically, if meron kang plant na card and inatake mo siya sa isang bird class na Axie, magkakaroon yun na additional 15% damage. And vice versa. If ever na ang Axie mo is bird type, tapos nag-play ka ng bird type card against sa isang plant type or sa reptile, magma-minus 15% naman yung damage niya. So kung 100 yung damage mo, ang damage card mo, so kung plant type, plus 15%, so 115 na yung magiging damage niya. On the other hand, kapag bird type card, ginamit mo against reptile or plant, magma-minus 15% yun. So magiging 85 yung damage niya. Magandang maaral nyo or makabisado nyo yung itong diagram na to kasi malaking tulong siya when it comes to the battle system or kapag naglalaro ka na ng Axie Infinity itself. So, let's say meron kang plant type tapos gumamit ka ng plant type na card. Kumbaga, same class yung card tsaka yung Axie mo. Magkakaroon pa siya ng additional 10% on top of the plus 15%. For example, naglaro ka ng plant card using yung plant Axie mo. So, 15% damage against bird or aqua plus 10% additional damage pa dun sa attack and sa shield nung card na yon. So, basically, nagsa-stack or nag-add up yung mga bonuses na makukuha mo by just playing something against a certain class or playing a card with the same class as your Axie. So, malaking tulong talaga na alam mo yung mga mechanics na to kasi later on sa battle system, marirealize mo na kung bakit ganito yung damage sa'yo, kung paano mo maiiwasan yung damage, kung paano mo mapapataas yung shield na meron yung mga axes mo, ganon. Sa turn na yon, ganon. Mas didiscuss natin to in depth sa mga susunod na video, so be sure to follow our page and follow nyo lang tong series na to. So each Axie merong mga parts yan. Each Axie have a total of 6 body parts. Yun yung eyes, ears, horns, mouth, back, and tail. So na-mention ko kanina na each body part adds additional stat points, diba? So later pag-usapan natin yan. Pero kaya natin i-discuss tong body parts din kasi 4 sa body parts na to will determine which cards an Axie can use in battle. So yung horns, mouth, back, and tail, may equivalent card ka na makukuha dyan. Depende dun sa parts na meron ka. So later, madidiscuss natin siya sa card abilities. So again, na-mention ko na each body part adds additional stat points with a maximum of 4 stat points. So kung 6 yung body parts mo, pwede kang magkaroon ng mga ganitong additional stat points. Depende kung gaano karaming parts na ma-acquire mo na for a specific class. So, ang pinaka-best na Axie is yung mga tinatawag na pure breed, which means meron siyang 6 body parts na all coming from a same class. So, kunwari, itong nasa picture na to is actually a picture taken from an Axie na plant class, tapos meron siyang plant type parts. So, lahat ng parts na meron siya, kung mapapansin nyo na color green, lahat yan pang plant. So, meaning, merong Axie na pure breed. So, ito yung mga best type kasi, kumbaga, mama-maximize mo yung additional stat points plus mama-maximize mo din yung mechanic kanina, which yung additional 10% sa attack and shield. Pure breed is better pero may mga players na makikita ka na merong tinatawag na chop suey sa Axie Infinity. Meaning may iba-ibang klase siya ng parts. So pwedeng 4 dyan is for plant, tapos meron siyang biglang 2 beast, or pwedeng isang reptile, ganun. Kumbaga, pwedeng halo-halo yung parts mo. Depende talaga to sa magiging gusto mong build dun sa Axie na yun. So, nangyayari to through breeding different types of Axies na classes. So, pwede kasing i-breed yung plant and beast. So, yung resulting na anak nun can have different types of parts depending dun sa genes na meron yung Axie natin. So, medyo diving na to sa breeding part, pero later on sa mga future episodes malalaman nyo how breeding works and how breeding affects yung body parts na meron ng each Axie. So next na pag-uusapan natin is yung Axie card abilities. So na-mention ko kanina na 4 sa body parts ng Axie ang nagkakaroon ng equivalent na ability card. So each Axie class actually have 22 ability cards. So 6 for the horns, 6 for the backs, 6 for the tails, and 4 para sa mouth. So there are different types of horns, there are different types of backs. So itong example dito sa video na to is ito yung card list para sa beast parts. So kung mapapansin nyo dito, itong nasa taas are back na cards. So ito yung equivalent card for Ronin, for Hero, for Jaguar, and so makikita nyo tong list na to sa isang link sa description box. So be sure to check that out if gusto nyo aralin kung ano yung mga different ability cards for each class. So ililink namin siya sa description box below. So ano naman kung alam mo na tong mga to? Well, first, yung tulad ng nasabi ko, you can build a team of Axies based dun sa stats, parts, or ability cards na gusto mo magkaroon dun sa Axie mo. Plants are usually, ito yung mga tanks, kasi yung mga stats niya and abilities niya parang specifically tailor fit para maging tanky siya, meaning mataas yung health points niya. So yung beast and bug classes, ito naman yung mga heavy damage dealers, and ito yung mga malalakas mag-critical damage. So, mataas yung moral nila plus yung skill. Next naman, yung aquatic and bird classes. Ito yung mga sobrang high damage dealers and mataas yung speed tsaka yung moral. However, sobrang baba ng health points nila. So, tinatawag din sila minsan na glass cannon damagers kasi high damage output pero sobrang daling mamatay. And then yung reptiles, ito naman yung good for backline finishers or countering damage dealers. So, yung other types of classes, yung mech, dawn, and dusk, actually, wala pa siyang specific parts and cards na nilalabas ngayon. So, yung mga cards na gamit nila or yung mga build na meron usually for those types of classes, nakarely sila dun sa kagroup nila, which means yung, for example lang, si Beast and Bug, so pwedeng yun yung parts ni Mech, pwedeng pure Beast din, pwedeng pure Bug. So depende talaga kung paano siya na-breed. So yung mga reptile din, maganda siyang for countering damage dealers, and they are sometimes referred to as the Terminator. Kasi yung mga skills, yung may isang specific build na for reptiles that can shut down yung mga high damage dealers and glass cannon. Kasi puro stuns yung pwedeng makuha sa kanila or ma-affect dun sa Axie na yon. Later on, sa battle system, ma-discuss natin kung ano ibig sabihin ng ma-stun yung Axie, kung ano yung mga debuffs and buffs na meron, kasi that all affects the gameplay na meron sa Axie Infinity. So be sure to follow our Facebook page and YouTube channel for the future episodes na tong Axie Infinity Basics. Once na malaman mo din tong mga to, it helps you understand kung paano nakaka-apekto yung stats and cards sa gameplay mo and yung combos throughout your Axie Infinity journey. So ang goal naman natin kasi dito, especially if you are a scholar, ang goal mo dito is to farm SLP. So, knowing all of these things, yung mga different mechanics ng different cards, ng different stats, maganda siyang malaman para at least alam mo na yung gagawin mo when you're actually playing the game. So, feel free to rewind this video or scroll back to the previous slides to understand more of this module. So, that's it for this episode. I hope marami kayo natutunan, and if you guys have any questions regarding this specific topic, be sure to comment down below your questions and sasagutin namin to lahat in a future video possible, or we'll reply sa comments din. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Axie Infinity Basics. Again, this is Gab Hornation of NFTPinas signing out, and see you guys on the next episode.